lot of people come up to us and say, "Hey, Danny Sexbang and Ninja Brian, you guys wear a lot of spandex and live together. Are you gay?" I have to laugh. Could you imagine that? If we were gay? Could you imagine?
A newborn deer runs through a field, rainbow shines from heaven. A child's smile lights up the room as Brian blows a dude. A star shoots in from outer space, a puppy licks its mother. A ray of sunlight through the trees as Brian licks a sack. There would be no sadness if we were super gay. Just unicorns and magic. If we were super gay, we would all be fine on a tasteful pink duvet, but mostly Brian. Whoa, mostly Brian's gay.
Brian's gay.
Here's a list of things that Brian likes to suck. Tick 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 balls. Tick 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 balls. 1, 2 balls. Your dick, my dick, your dick, my dick, your dick, my dick, your dick, my dick, your dick, your dick, your dick, your dick, balls. My balls and tick 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 tick.
Oh shit. Ninja Brian, I invited a large number of girls over here for an orgy tonight, but I have to say the responses thus far haven't been exactly what I'd hoped for.
Stacy had a headache, Jenny was in jail. Brenda had to work late, Kate was getting Jenny's bail. Angela got scurvy, Ashley caught a cold. Sally's dad exploded, that's what I was told. Michelle had to play checkers, Dan was baking pies. Wendy's dad exploded too, that might have been a lie. Pam had frisbee lessons, Stella had ballet. Now I'm by myself, but I can have one anyway. So dim the lights, remove my tights. Yeah, nobody's sure, but I'm gonna have some fun. Let's get this party started, it's an orgy for one. It's me and my hand, and it's hotter than the sun. So break up the tissues, it's an orgy
Happy Jesus Died Day, everyone.
Woo!
Although I guess Jesus Died Day would have been on Friday.
I was about to say, I think Jesus came back on this day, and that's the whole point.
Oh, yeah. Happy Jesus Respawn Day. Can we call it that from now on? Happy Jesus Respawn Day?
Yes, we can.
Wait, can we call it Happy Respawn Day?
Yes.
I really like this. Y'all, alright, everyone, my legions of 5 dedicated viewers, if y'all could, like, get on Twitter and just, like, basically change the way that we as a society refer to,
Easter.
To Easter, yeah, that would be great. Happy Respawn Day. Happy Respawn Day, everybody.
Woo!
We are going to kind of jump right on into No More Heroes. I apologize in advance. This is going to be a shorter stream than normal, because I have to cook Easter.
I was about to say, no one in this house can cook Easter lunch.
No one in this house is capable of making ham like I'm capable of making ham.
That is extremely true.
That motherfucker has been marinating for 2 goddamn days.
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
I don't even like ham, and I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah. Yeah, Kayla doesn't even like ham, but she always makes an exception for my ham.
Always.
Alright. Let's do this.
I apologize if I sound weird today. My allergies are going crazy.
Yeah. Kayla's falling apart, basically, is what's happening.
Well, that's always been the thing.
Yeah, but, like, now it's more so than usual.
Yeah. Okay. So, since it's going to be a shorter stream, I have researched 2 disasters for us to be enlightened about.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be, yay, happy Respawn Day. Let's talk about people dying.
Woohoo!
Let's celebrate the day of a guy coming back from the dead by talking about dead people.
I mean, why not?
Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense to me. I like how, by the way, I can kind of see some of your notes because I actually have my contacts in today. Normally I don't wear my contacts on Sundays. I just, like, walk around blind. But I'm wearing them today, and I can see a little bit of your notes, and I like how you have bullet points specifically for the but wait moments.
Yep.
I like how you've included that. Like, that's just a nice little touch to your note-taking that I just really want everyone to know about.
Well, I gotta make notations for, okay, this is a point whenever you were writing this down that you thought of a joke. Maybe it'll respawn by the time you read it out. Okay.
I'm gonna hit the gym while you do that nerd stuff.
Okay. So we're gonna start out with the one I did not like researching.
Like because it was really, really awful, or just because like you...
Oh my god, I got so fucking bored.
It was just like I don't know what to do with this.
One part of me is like, oh my god, I don't fucking care, but the other part of me is like, other people care and I care about them.
Alright, well, we'll try to make it interesting.
Okay, so the West Fertilizer Company explosion. This was recommended on the Discord.
A literal explosion of shit.
Kind of. Alright, so background. The West Fertilizer Company, which I will be referring to as WFC. Wait, we meant to... No, DJ, apparently we're not meant to care about other people. That's why you don't need to wear your mask outside.
Shut up.
Not even as a joke.
I had a bad experience at Walmart yesterday, y'all. Like, a really bad experience.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, the WFC supplied chemicals to farmers since 1962.
Oh, boy.
They were bought out in 2013.
Just like, if they'd waited 7 more years, they could have had, like, the best meme ever.
Yeah. They could have. Instead, we got
nice.
Instead, we got an explosion of shit.
Ha! Even before the explosion.
Excuse me. So they were bought out in 2013 by the Adair Grain Incorporated, owned by Donald and Wanda Adair.
Nothing good ever comes from being bought out by a guy named Donald.
Yeah.
Can we all just like be brave and say that with our full chest that that's the case?
Is it really brave to state the obvious?
Yes. I am brave, damn it. Chat, tell me I'm brave.
God, I smell some good fucking food right now.
Hashtag brave bird.
Hashtag brave bird. Let me get it started. there.
Okay, so they're bought by Donnie Boy.
By the time the explosion that we're going to talk about went down, there were 9 workers employed at the facility.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which I'm just like, only 9? Only
How
9.
big was the facility?
This was like almost 2 acres.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You'd think that you would need a few more people to handle that much shit.
Yeah. So, OSHA, you know what OSHA is, right?
Yes, that is the Occupational Safety Hazard Administrator, or something like that. They basically make sure that workplace safety is up to code.
Yes. So, OSHA last inspected the place back in 1985.
When was the explosion?
Let me get back to the exact date. 2013.
Why does all this shit, like, a lot of this shit, like, we talk about how they're engineering disasters, but a lot more of these I feel are OSHA disasters.
I mean, OSHA does have a big part in some of it.
Alright.
So,
yeah.
OSHA inspected them in 1985, and the facility was cited for improper storage of anhydrous ammonia, which is the foundation for all nitrogen fertilizers. But if you breathe this shit in, it seeks this ammonia seeks out moisture, so it will close up your windpipe and you will suffocate.
Oh,
if
God.
you breathe it in.
Oh, God. You will basically suffocate on shit.
Yes.
Wow.
So they were cited for this improper storage, and they were only fined $30.
You got this thing out here that if you breathe it, you could die, and you don't have it properly. $30. $30.
Well, OSHA could have fined them as much as $1,000.
Lowe's charges more to bring you your fucking Lowe's charges more to bring you your fucking lumber.
$65.
Yeah. That's the same amount we charge to take away. I swear this is not a sponsored ad for Lowe's, but legitimately, that's the same amount that we sponsor to take your old appliance away when we're delivering your new one.
Yep.
That's okay.
$30.
Yeah. Okay.
But wait, there's more.
All right, Billy Mays, hit me.
So OSHA could have fined the company for violations of respiratory protection standards, which is kind of key in a fertilizer company that deals with a lot of different forms of ammonia. They did not fine them or cite them for it.
What?
But wait, there's more.
Oh my god. Roselia, we're talking about a fertilizer factory explosion.
West Fertilizer Company explosion in 2013.
Okay, so
on top of that, OSHA said that the facility was not on their national emphasis plan because it wasn't listed as a main manufacturer. They had no record of any major accidents.
OSHA literally said, we don't give a shit.
Yeah. OSHA went, we don't give a shit. They didn't have any record of a major accident at that point, and the EPA didn't consider it a major risk, so the company basically got a huge pass.
Okay, well, there hasn't been an accident yet. It's like, okay, but the yet is sort of the problem. Shouldn't we try to, make sure that there's no accidents at all?
If OSHA and the EPA did not care, no one cared.
Yeah. EPA gonna come along and seal these motherfuckers up in a dome or some shit.
Yeah, this was just, god damn it, people. Just god damn it, people. So, in 2006, a complaint was filed by the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality due to the ammonia smell coming from the facility, and because they didn't have a permit for 2 storage tanks on the property that held the anhydrous ammonia.
So it got to the point even Texas was like, all right, government regulation time.
Yes.
Wow, how bad is it? whenever you get to that point.
Well, see, apparently this complaint was in place from 2006 to 2013 when the new owners got a permit issued to comply with the regulations. So they just let this literal shit sit there for 7 years and did nothing.
Okay.
The EPA also fined the new owners $2,300 for issues, including not filing a risk management program plan on time.
Okay.
So what this basically means is EPA did a $2,300 fine against them because they didn't have an emergency plan in place in case shit went sideways.
Okay.
Which for a fertilizer company, you would think they would have that.
Yeah. You think they'd be prepared for shit to go sideways at a goddamn fertilizer company, but you'd be wrong, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Aren't you supposed to jump?
Yeah, but I gotta, like, the ramp's over here.
Oh. I was wondering what those little bumps were.
Wait.
What you doing?
I was trying to, like, rev it up to get the wheelie going, but that did not work out how I wanted it to. Anyway.
So are you just in the ocean now?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. In June 2012, the U.S. Department of Transportation's Pipeline and Hazardous Materials Safety Administration, my God, what a mouthful, they also fined the company $5,250 for violations regarding the anhydrous ammonia storage.
I feel the need to point out once again that Texas is stepping in and saying you need more regulation, and that's not good.
Yeah, and they're making all of these fines and complaints about this one thing on their property.
It's like, it smells bad. Do something about that.
It's a fertilizer plant. Everything smells bad. Nice.
That's my thoughts on that.
So, I have in all caps, they knew this shit was a problem and did fucking nothing.
I knew that shit was a problem.
Yep.
I see what you did there.
Yep. So the plant also had a long history of minor theft. Usually by people taking the anhydrous ammonia to make meth.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Fun fact, ammonia, I think it's the ammonia within your shit that people huff, because there are people who huff shit to get high.
Yep.
And it's the ammonia that they're huffing because you can get a high from it. But you are also susceptible to that same problem of the ammonia clogging up your windpipe and suffocating you.
Yep. Well, another part of it is there's people who huff cat shit, and that's whenever they get the brain parasites that control them. I told you there's brain parasites in cat shit.
Yeah, you did tell me that one time.
That's how I learned about it.
Oh.
Because I read a story about people who did some crazy shit because they were huffing cat poop, and they got the brain parasites.
Huh.
So yeah, there's brain parasites in cat poop. That's why you clean out the litter box, honey.
Clean the litter box, everyone.
I clean it every goddamn day. For different reasons, but...
Yeah.
So anyway, plant had a history of theft because people were making meth. The facility didn't have a burglar alarm or a fenced perimeter.
Because why would you need that?
Texas, I guess. Yeah, toxoplasmosis. I couldn't think of the name of it. I have a note in here of, I have a friend who has an invisible fence for her dogs that she got for about $30. So these people can get some goddamn fencing.
Yeah. And that invisible fence works because I walk past her house every day whenever I go on my walks.
Yeah, she just got like a couple of posts in the ground and some special collars for her 5 or 6 dogs.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. It really isn't.
'Tis not.
So the company only got a surveillance system in 2009, just because the cops recommended it.
Well, sure am glad that the cops made that recommendation.
Sure.
Except they didn't follow it, right? Because it was just a recommendation, and this is Texas, and we're all white. So.
No, they got it. But again, it's only because, not because of the multiple fines and trouble they got into, it's just because a cop recommended it. I assume it was probably drinking buddies with someone that worked there.
It's actually, you know, we jest, but that is actually a very good possibility.
Are you having fun with your gifts?
Honestly, kinda, yeah. You can't, like, a good gift really is worth their weight in gold, I'm just saying. That's my Easter wisdom to you all. Alright, so they finally got the bare minimum because one of the drinking buddies suggested it.
Of a cheap surveillance system, yes.
Like the kind that doesn't even record it? Like, when you say cheap, do you mean the kind that doesn't even keep the recordings?
The kind that has, like, motion sensor.
Oh, man. Those things are so finicky, though, you know?
Yeah, and I was about to say, like, they place them outside in Texas.
Where critters run around?
Yeah, so many critters. And at one point, they actually turned off the security system because it kept going off because of critters running by in the night.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It's just like, why is it every time we talk about anything, it's just like a tragic farce? I guess because that's engineering disasters.
I was about to say, because that's the point.
Yeah, that's engineering disasters in a nutshell. They're all tragic farces.
Hubris and farcical anomalies.
Yeah. Okay, so, alright, so they just started turning the thing off because they were like, whatevs.
Yeah, because like I said, it only went off when something went by the camera, and at night in Texas, a lot of things go by.
Mm-hmm.
Is the game too loud, or is it, like, even enough?
I might can turn it down a bit. And may the farce be with you. Oh, and it's going through 2 channels. Y'all, why didn't you tell me it was echoing?
I don't know.
I love y'all, but seriously.
They didn't want to interrupt.
Anyway, continue.
Alright. Okay, there I was. In an emergency planning report filed with the EPA in 2011, the tanks were not listed as a significant fire or explosion hazard because the tanks were still intact when a nearby fire/explosion happened.
Wow. It's like, okay, so we had an explosion and everything turned out fine, so ergo, every single explosion will turn out perfectly fine.
They didn't even have an explosion on their property, it was on a nearby property.
Holy shit.
And they were like, they survived that, it'll be fine.
You know, I routinely say holy shit a lot in these little podcasts, but this is one of the few times where it's like really, really apt, you know?
Yeah. So, in late 2012, the company told the EPA they stored 540,000 pounds of ammonium nitrate and about 110 pounds of anhydrous ammonia on site.
Okay.
Fun fact, if ammonium nitrate is exposed to just a bit of slightly constant heat, it will explode.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah, this is what happened to that grain elevator in Beirut. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, what happened was, a Russian ship got...
It's always the goddamn Russians.
A Russian ship got stopped at that port and they couldn't pay a fine, and the ship was completely loaded down with ammonium nitrate. So what they did was they stored that ship full of ammonium nitrate at the port, which was near the country's grain elevator. And it was literally just a ticking time bomb until it exploded in Beirut. And it took out the country's main grain elevator. And those things are made of fucking concrete. Those things are hard to get rid of.
Yeah.
But ammonium nitrate, whenever you store enough of it and you expose it to some form of heat, it has the explosive force of like an atom bomb.
So basically, long story short, instead of dropping the atom bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we probably should have just dropped shit.
Yeah, because the thing with ammonium nitrate is, like, it will sit and absorb moisture, and it will start sticking together into one big, boomy glob.
Mm-hmm.
And, again, just exposed to one instance of intense heat, all of it goes boom.
Big boom.
Big boom. Science!
Isn't science fun, everyone?
And another fun fact, the Department of Homeland Security needs to be notified when a company or even an individual has more than 1 ton of ammonium nitrate on hand, or 400 pounds if the ammonium nitrate is combined with a combustible material.
How much did they have?
They stored 540,000 pounds of ammonium nitrate.
Did they at any point inform the government that they had 2 tons of the shit?
No.
Of course they didn't.
Well, they informed the EPA, but they didn't tell Homeland Security.
Naturally.
Monkey wants big boom. Okay, we are at the point of the big boom.
Big boom time.
And there's actually not that many notes on the actual boom itself. Basically, on April 17th, 2013, at 7:38 p.m., you know it's bad when you have the exact seconds, the facility exploded with a force of 7.5 to 10 tons of TNT. And firefighters were already trying to combat a fire that sent the material to explode. There was already a fire on the location that firefighters were trying to get rid of, but the fire just happened to reach the ammonium nitrate and went off with the force of 10 tons of TNT.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. So, the explosion made a 93-foot wide crater, replacing
Good God.
replacing the entire site of the fertilizer plant. And resulted in 15 immediate deaths, as well as numerous injuries.
So even more not so immediate. I'm surprised there was only 15 immediate deaths.
Well, that's because it was just the firefighters that were immediately on site.
Oh.
Yeah, all of those firefighters are dead. They're
Man, and
super
firefighters
dead.
are actually, like, you know, useful.
Yeah, I was about to say, they're like the unsung heroes. They're not like,
Except for the fact that they also get away with, like, a ridiculous amount of domestic violence and basically being massive shitheads.
Yeah.
But we don't talk about it quite as much because they're not quite...
They're not cops.
They're not as bad as cops, so we don't talk about it as much.
pretty much.
Ha! How did that fail?
I don't know.
Fuck that. I don't like this one.
So, the investigation actually never pinned down an exact cause of the fire. They know it wasn't a naturally occurring thing. It wasn't a natural reaction that the fire happened. Someone had to deliberately cause it. They don't know how, and they don't know who.
Oh, fun!
Yeah.
Like, they still have no idea?
No, they still have no idea whatsoever.
Holy fuck.
It has never been concretely pinned down.
Oh, dear.
That's why there's so few notes on the actual boom. Because we don't know how the fuck it happened. We don't know who started the fucking fire.
We didn't start the
I was
fire.
about to say, we didn't start the fire. So, we have...
Somebody did.
yeah, somebody fucking did. I mean, at least with the hotel fire, we got an explanation as to who did it.
Yeah, a bunch of jackasses.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to keep trying this until I get it right.
You don't have to, though.
I kind of do, though, because now it's, like, set as my destination, so...
Okay. So, we have to move on to the investigation, because that's the big point of the whole fucking thing, apparently. So, over 300 people were interviewed by the state fire marshal department, and they followed up on over 160 leads on what could have happened. But again...
But, you know, they were cops, so...
Well, they're fire marshals.
Oh, the fire marshal. Okay, well, never mind. They actually face consequences if they don't figure some shit out.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they could have gotten more consequences if it was, like, pizza delivery folks or something.
Seriously, they get so much shit.
My pizza can get to me in less than 30 minutes, but if I call the cops for help, they'll get there like 5 hours later and take some notes on a notepad and then tell me that there's nothing they can do.
No, they'll pull a Josh Powell situation. They'll ask you the same question multiple times while you're waiting on the phone and then not show up.
How the fuck is that not a jump? I went off the goddamn...
You gonna be okay, Bird?
Probably not.
Well, in May 2013, Texas Rangers, the local sheriff department, and the Texas Fire Marshal all joined the ATF to investigate this mess.
Okay.
And investigators blamed the stored ammonium nitrate that was inside a seed and fertilizer building on the property. But again, they couldn't identify what the hell started the fire that caused the explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fire a gun, Bert. See how quickly they come. It was.
We have people firing guns on our street all the fucking time.
We live down the road from a slaughterhouse.
Yeah. The cops don't come around here.
No, they don't.
Is what we're saying.
But that fire a gun and see how quick they come. That's literally a joke on Sherlock.
Yeah.
Where he just fires a gun like 3 or 4 times into the air and said, police are on their way. I mean, you know, it works there because that's London. Here in bumfuck, it's just nope.
I don't like this.
Do you need me to look up how to beat this?
I did it before. I don't know why I can't do it again.
I don't know either.
Tell me more about the shit factory.
Okay, so
Tell me about the rabbits, George.
on April 22nd, 2014, about a year after the explosion, the U.S. Chemical Safety and Hazard Investigation Board released their preliminary results of the investigation into the explosion.
Oh, that was just a collectible neophyte.
They found the company failed to safely store the chemicals in its stockpile, and that regulations from the local up to the federal level were inadequate. So they didn't store them correctly because they literally had no good regulations of how to store them.
Wow. Okay.
How much money do you need?
I think I need like 500,000.
Some bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. This problem was a bad example of trickle-down economics and bullshit safety.
Oh, I like when we get political, and then everyone complains that we get political. It's fun.
I mean...
It's like, politics is literally a part of your everyday life, whether you want to admit it or not.
Yeah. So the board's chair, Dr. Rafael More Eraso, stated that, in quote, the fire and explosion at West Fertilizer was preventable. It should never have occurred. It resulted from the failure of a company to take the necessary steps to avert a preventable fire and explosion, and from the inability of federal, state, and local regulatory agencies to identify a serious hazard and correct it. End quote.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I was about to say, yeah, and water is wet.
Like, alright, well, last tour slips across the finish line, but, you know, at least we're there, that's what matters.
Congratulations, you have stumbled ass backwards into victory. So after a year-long investigation, the Chemical Safety Board found that 1,351 facilities across the U.S. store ammonium nitrate, and they had no regulations to keep such places away from populated areas.
Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to keep all the poo-poo factories away from the people?
I don't know. Again, we live near a slaughterhouse that has a whole bunch of cows. We practically live near a poo-poo factory.
Yeah, well, I would say we live closer to, like, a death factory than a poo-poo factory.
I don't know. I think we've, like, slowly acclimated to the smell of cow shit.
You know, I think we actually might have. I'm not even joking.
No.
I think we might have legitimately acclimated to the smell of cow shit. I'm being serious, y'all.
Like, unless we drive by a farm that's poorly taken care of, that has, like, animals that aren't in good shape, we cannot smell whenever we're going by, like, another farm that has cows on it.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's weird putting it into words like that, but...
Yeah. Anyway, the poo-poo factory. The poo-poo factory too close to everyone. Poo-poo factory too close. Move poo-poo factory.
Are you having fun?
Yes. I just like saying poo-poo factory.
Well, I mean, we're talking about a situation where...
That's gonna be our raid message, by the way. Whenever we raid another gamer, is gonna be poo-poo factory.
Well, we're literally talking about a situation where we can store literally, not figuratively, super dangerous shit And we don't have to avoid being near a busy city.
Yeah.
We just do it.
Because it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we're nose blind, monkey.
Yeah. Anyway.
There was more of a push for regulatory safety to be updated because we can't rely on voluntary compliance. This is according to Moray Araso.
That is very true. You cannot, like, that is why libertarianism does not work. Oh yeah, I'm going there, everyone. But that is legitimately why libertarianism does not work. It relies on everybody being willing to follow the rules. And the fact of the matter is, people will not follow rules unless you find them otherwise.
That's why people still get tickets for their seatbelts.
Mm-hmm.
So, in May 2016, ATF finally determined that the fire was deliberately set.
Mm-hmm.
Again, stumble ass backwards into victory.
Mm-hmm.
No arrests were made and no suspects were ever named, even though the ATF did offer a $50,000 reward for info. Like, okay then. The investigation is disputed, and legal and forensic experts have criticized the ATF for how they went about this investigation.
Wow, what a shock.
Yeah, I was
the
about to
government
say.
fucked something up? What?
Yeah,
I never hear of that.
I'm sure the ghosts of Waco are down the road just being like, ha!
Yeah, Waco down the road like, sup.
So some people have also complained that because the ATF had to do their own investigation, even though they were working with like 3 different regulatory bodies to try and figure out what happened, the ATF had to do it on their own. And this actually delayed...
And you can't expect us to, like, do our jobs or anything.
No. This actually delayed victims' lawsuits against the company. They also gave the defendants more legal ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
That was their biggest piece of ammunition, was that.
And only with this investigation prompted the EPA to put a hold on new chemical plant safety rules. So the EPA couldn't put their new rules in because they had to wait on the ATF. The defendants who blew up a whole bunch of firefighters got more legal ammunition to defend themselves, and victims had to wait longer to place their lawsuits.
Which, you know, statute of limitations is a thing, y'all.
It's a bullshit thing.
Actually, does statute of limitations exist on civil matters?
Let me Google.
There's statute of limitations for, like, criminal matters, but I don't think there actually is one for legal matters. I mean, civil matters.
I was about to say. I'm pretty sure anything that goes through, like, a judge and anything is a civil matter. So it does depend on the state. Let me see about Texas.
Yeah. If you don't mind, check Texas for me.
Okay. Okay.
Texas is gonna be some bullshit like 3 weeks.
Okay, so injury and property damage. 2 years.
Alright, so they got 2 years to get this shit filed.
Yep.
But they can't file until they, like, have some sort of conclusion that there was civil negligence, basically.
Yep.
So fuck.
Yep. So in 2014, no changes were made to fertilizer storage regulations.
Oh my god.
Because I mean, you know, why bother?
Texas just doesn't work.
Let's
reprogram the whole thing. It just doesn't work.
So in 2015, Texas legislature passed House Bill 942 to regulate ammonium nitrate storage, leaving it to fire marshals to enforce the new regulations. So, okay, we'll make a rule, but we're not gonna enforce it.
Yeah, it's like, but, you know, we ain't enforcing jack shit, motherfuckers.
Nope.
May you find your supercard?
Alright. Lawsuits!
Do 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 do.
Alright, so 7 lawsuits were filed against the parent company, Adair Grain Incorporated.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I gotta text this. On October 11th, 2015, a day before jury selection began,
Oh, God.
some parties suing the company reached a partial settlement.
Okay.
So one of the cases, it reached a settlement.
Okay.
This settlement included the families of 3 civilians killed in the explosion.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine because they were just looky-loos who were going to see what's all the fuss about.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, they still didn't deserve to die or anything.
No, they didn't deserve to die, but at the same time, it's like, come on. I don't mean to victim blame, but...
But you're totally about to victim blame. Well, about to nothing. The victim blaming is already done.
So fines were issued...
It's just like, yeah, we're just gonna sidestep that entirely.
So fines were issued to the West Fertilizer Company that came out to about $118,300 for violating rules regarding handling hazardous materials. So, you know, they got fined.
Oh, man. How awful for them. How much was their fine?
$118,300.
Man, that's bullshit right there.
Yeah. So there was a trial for the second group of plaintiffs that was expected to start in late 2016, but I could not find any other information about that.
You think it might still be, like, in progress?
Well, I know the wheels of justice turn slowly, but 5 years slowly, I don't think so. They might have just reached a settlement.
I don't know. 5 years, actually, depending on the situation, yeah, I can see it that way. If you go to trial, like, for a criminal matter, you could end up looking at, like, 2 to 3 years of, and that's, like, on average, 2 to 3 years before it's finally resolved.
True. Well, in January of 2018, the nearby city of West got $10.44 million in settlements for damages not covered by insurance or grants from the state or federal agencies.
Okay.
So they were able to get $10 million from the company. The suit was filed on behalf of the city against the company for being negligent in selling or distributing the ammonium nitrate-based fertilizer because the company also failed to warn of the dangers associated with storing and handling the product.
Mm-hmm.
And the product never should have never sold the product to West Fertilizer. So no one should have sold this ammonium nitrate to the company because they couldn't handle it.
It was literally a case of, why did you do this? Why did you give them this? They're too stupid for this.
I mean, you don't hand the keys of a Cadillac to a 10-year-old.
You don't? Oh shit, I've been doing things all wrong.
This is why you can't have kids.
Yeah. Well, and also I just don't want them.
Yeah, but also legally you probably can't have them.
Probably not.
Alright, so that's the West Fertilizer explosion. What did we learn?
Texas is shit.
We already knew that. What new thing did we learn?
The ATF is shit.
We already knew that. What new thing did we learn? You're not actually learning.
I mean, I feel like I've learned, like I said, you know. Hollow Point, thank you very much for the reset.
Woo! Long time subber, first time watcher. Keep up the great streams.
Nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, what did we learn? We learned that the Wheels of Justice especially have decided fuck firefighters.
Okay, you know what? I'll give you that one.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
We learned that shit can go boom.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure everybody else learned that you can choke, that you can suffocate on shit, and like without even like burying your face in it. You get to suffocate on shit and not even go to all the trouble of burying your face in it. Isn't that nice? Isn't that lovely?
And this is why you don't go cow tipping children. Also, just because that's not actually a thing.
Yeah, that's like a thing that like country boys made up to fuck with the city kids.
Yeah, cows don't sleep standing up.
Yeah, they do not.
They lay down to sleep.
You go cow tip, and all you're gonna have is a very confused cow staring at you. And then it'll probably get pissed off and bite you. Not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
cow bites hurt.
They do. Like, cows bite hard.
Also, they can thwack you with their tail, and it hurts.
Yeah. Basically, cows actually can kind of fuck you up.
Yeah. Because if you get a cow running at you pissed off, it's gonna hurt.
Pretty much. Alright, well, got our ship factory explosion done. I'm sure that our next story will be very nice and lovely and will not have anything awful happen at all.
It's a South Korea Sewol Ferry sinking.
Bird he says, knowing exactly what who's gonna be dying in our next story.
South Korea Sewol Ferry sinking.
Yay.
Yeah, don't let them step on you. Do not let cows step on you. Because if they step on any part of you, they're not moving.
Yeah, no, we don't mean to kink shame, but, you know, safe, sane, and consensual, everybody.
Yeah, whenever someone else does it, you can use a safe word. A cow don't do that.
Yeah, cows do not recognize safe words.
Also, don't try to use your car to hit a cow out of the way of the road.
Do people do that?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, so, little side tangent. On the road that we live on, my school bus, whenever I was a kid, used to go down the road, turn around, and come back to the main road. And one day, again, we lived near a slaughterhouse. One of the cows got loose, and they just planted their happy ass in the middle of the road.
Yeah, that is legitimately a case where you have to call, like, if a cow plants itself in the middle of the road that you're on, and you can't get around it, call wherever you're headed to and say, I'm gonna be late.
That's what our school bus driver did, and we also had to call the owners of the slaughterhouse to see if they could help anything. They didn't answer the phone. We had to call the police.
Wow. Raging Username, thank you very much for those 5 gift subs. It's very, very kind of you. We're actually at, let's see, hang on. We're actually at 26. Yeah, we're actually at 26. I'm sorry about the stupid thing. Anyway. Hang on, I can actually fix that.
So yeah, fun fact about cows and where we live. They will block the road, and you cannot use your car to run them down and get them out of the way.
Mm-hmm. They're actually pretty tough, it turns out.
I mean, if you are
plus also that cow is somebody's property and you can be fined a ridiculous amount of money for it.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of like running over someone's mailbox.
Mm-hmm.
Except it moves.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so the Sewol Ferry disaster.
Fun times. Ferry disasters.
Not at all.
No, it really was not. This is actually a really, really horrific story, fair warning.
It
so please,
very much is.
Please be prepared for the fact that this is going to be a very horrifying story.
Yeah, and I apologize if some things seem like confusing as I'm about to tell them. It was kind of confusing for me, but I did my best.
That's all we ever ask of you, Kayla.
Yeah, goddamn right. So, background. On October 8th, 2012, the Chonghaejin Marine Company bought an 18-year-old dilapidated ferry ship.
Mm-hmm.
Off to a great start. The ship was originally named the Ferry Nemenyo.
Mm-hmm.
And it ran from 1994 to 2012 as a cargo and passenger transport ship.
Fun times, fun times.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So when the ship was purchased, the vessel went through modifications between October 12th, 2012 to February 12th, 2013.
Mm-hmm.
These modifications were later found to have been based on an illegal redesign of the ship.
Oh, fun!
Yeah.
So 2013, we've got our newly outfitted illegal boat sailing around.
Yeah, so The modifications included an additional 2 decks of...
Call this number in the first place. Hello?
Hello? May I ask who's calling?
This is the Assassins Association, right? Look, I gotta talk to you about...
Oh, dear. She's done it again, hasn't she?
Hey, are you listening?
Excuse me for asking, but are you by chance an assassin?
Whoa, don't tell the whole world.
Like, you just called this is Assassins Association.
You are not her first.
Oh, I had a feeling that this is where we're
I called it!
Involve whatever you do.
Listen, lady, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Who are you anyway?
Another sorry kid. And for the record, I am Sylvia's mother.
That's what I thought.
Yes,
Oh shit, she has a mom?
and there's no such thing
What you wearing?
or whatever you think exists.
You're joking, right? Do you know how many people I've killed?
She is a professional con artist.
You mean a fraud? Are you telling me this was all just bullshit?
Set everything up. Would you mind
Blue balls.
telling me how far this all went?
I'm now second in rank.
So, just one more to go. Alrighty. Why not play along since you've come this far?
Are you serious? What's the point? This is all some make-believe charade.
Yeah, what's one more dead person at this point?
Yeah.
It's what he started. Fight to the end. Your most formidable opponent awaits in the castle. Now, off
It's
to
the-
Garden of Magic.
It's the princess in the other castle. It's Princess Peach and her cake. My final challenge is I'll have to use my lightsaber to slice up a cake. Kayla's just like, sure.
I've read weirder Star Wars fanfiction, why not? Kitty!
Aw.
Yo!
We always gotta play with the kitty no matter
Always!
what.
Always. Okay, anyway. So the modifications included an additional 2 decks of passenger space and the expansion of the cargo space.
Motherfucker just ran off of my goddamn bike!
That's what you get for leaving the keys in it.
You know what? Fair. Alright, well, guess I'm getting some cardio in.
So
I'm gonna win this weekend's Weekend Warrior
Oh,
competition. I
God.
actually am gonna win. I'm like legitimately 15,000 steps ahead of everybody else. I'm winning this time.
you're going against actual marathon runners.
Shut up, I'm winning this time.
So this increased the tonnage of the ship from to 6,825 tons, which is an additional 239 tons from the original weight. It also increased the hold to 956 people, including the crew. This is an additional 116 from the original.
Mm-hmm.
So the center of gravity on the ship was moved up by about half a meter.
Which is not really a good thing.
No, it's not.
You want that center of gravity to be kind of low in the ship.
You want the center of gravity to be in the center.
Yeah. But yeah, that too. You would like for the center of gravity to be center.
So the ship underwent an inspection by the Korean Register of Shipping and was given its certification on February 12th, 2013. And this certification was later found to be based on falsified documents.
Falsified by the ship or by the inspection committee?
The ship got someone to falsify the documents, and apparently this was actually a huge racket in South Korea.
You know how we always talk about how, and don't get me wrong, North Korea is way, way worse. But you know how we always are like, oh, South Korea, they're the good ones. But, like, we have been consistently telling very serious corruption stories that indicate, no, that's actually not true.
See, I just go with the assumption of no one's good.
That's probably a fair assumption to make. Alright, so we got our center of gravity raised up, and we got our forged papers. Let's go on an adventure.
So they began operating on March 15th, 2013, where they would make 3 round trips a week between Incheon, South Korea, and Jeju Island off the coast of South Korea.
Okay.
It actually made a total of 241 round trips before the day of the incident.
Wow, so that was going. So they were actually going for a while.
Yeah, they actually did. They somehow managed it.
God really does. They say in religion that God protects children and dumbasses.
Yeah. So, leading up to the day of...
We're about to find out that one of those is not true.
Yeah. So on April 15th, 2014, the Sewol was supposed to leave the Incheon Point port at 6:30 p.m. But, you know, like what happened with the Donner Party and everything.
Man made plans and God laughed.
Yeah.
Welcome to my castle.
Dark Star.
That's amazing.
It sounds like one of my emo OCs when I was in middle school.
Yeah.
So, they were supposed to leave at 6:30 p.m., but due to low visibility warning from really thick fog, like about as thick as I am, they didn't leave until the warning was lifted around 9 p.m. And they were also the only ship to leave port that evening.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So, the Sewol left the port carrying 443 passengers, 33 crew members, and 2,142.7 tons of cargo, which included 185 cars. 325 of the 443 passengers were students on a field trip from Daewon High School.
Yep. These were kids.
And only 5 of the 443 passengers were of non-Korean nationality.
Great.
So the captain was 69, nice, year-old.
Except not nice.
Yeah, not nice. 69-year-old Lee Jun-seok, a replacement for the regular captain.
Oh, great.
I mean, he was chosen because he'd had 40 years of boating experience, and he had taken the route before.
And so taking the route before means you can definitely handle it with a bunch of fucking high schoolers.
Yeah.
I don't care what country you're in. High schoolers are the same no matter what country you are in. I'm not saying that to diss on the high schoolers. These kids are fucking dead, but
High schoolers gonna high
yeah,
school.
but high schoolers gonna high school is all I'm saying. It's just how they
I was a shit when I was in high school.
it's just how it is, okay? It's just how it is.
And how things be, though. So, out of the 33 crew members, 19 of them were irregular part-time workers.
Oh, goody.
The Sewol was only meant to carry 987 tons of cargo, but again, it was carrying 2,142.7 tons.
That can't be good. For fuck's sake.
There's a
I was
tree there.
jumping and then that motherfucker came up behind me and goosed me.
Get better.
I guess so.
So it was carrying over 2,000 tons of cargo, and a lot of it was not properly secured.
Of course not.
They either weren't secured at all, or they were secured with rope instead of chains.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So, the regular captain of the ship had warned Lee Jun-seok that the ship had decreased stability due to the modifications,
Yeah.
and that he had requested repairs for the steering gear that hadn't been done, and that the budget for safety training for the crew was only $2 US, which was enough to buy a paper certificate.
We'll get you a little piece of paper that says, yeah, you did the thing. Good job.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it's like, but I didn't do the
You
thing.
jest!
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You jest. What the fuck is going on?
I don't know anymore.
So yeah, no repairs done to the steering that was needed. Very little in the way of stability. And the crew only had paper certificates that they did not earn when it came to safety. So, you know, fun times.
Super fun times. Okay, I'm thinking Dark Star is gonna be, the Sylvia. That's my prediction. Don't tell me if I'm right, Chad. I'm just making a prediction.
I made the, prediction in the first episode of this game.
That's very true.
I was just like, she's gonna be the final boss. She's going to take out all of her rivals.
Jesus fucking Christ, this is some Silent Hill bullshit right here.
Konami!
Yeah, fuck you!
So the day of the sinking, April 16th, 2014.
Mm-hmm.
So a little after 8 a.m., the ship began passing through, oh god, this is gonna be a bitch to pronounce. Mengol Channel, a common occurrence for the route. It was supposed to go through here. The third mate, Park Han-kyul, ordered for the ship to switch from autopilot to manual steering because she had experience on the route.
Okay.
So we're going back to Costa Concordia. I'm gonna eyeball this.
Oh, great. Nothing good ever happens whenever you decide to eyeball something. Can we all just be honest about that?
Especially in a ship.
Yeah.
So, by 8:40 a.m., the students were having breakfast and socializing. What the hell?
I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll be right here. I will watch things. There was a boom, and God, we worry about things. Grandma's alive. Okay, Grandma's perfectly fine. Okay, so Grandma's alright. Things just fell whenever she was trying to get out something. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I swear.
Okay, everything's fine. I'm starting to think that maybe I shouldn't have streamed today.
I mean, I did this research.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Alright, so we're on a ship with way too much shit, and it's way too heavy, and the center of gravity is up too high, and now we got a bitch who's gonna eyeball shit while we got a whole bunch of high schoolers on board.
Yes. Jesus Christ.
Sounds about right.
So, at 8:48 a.m., third mate Park ordered the course of the ship to be set to 145 degrees, when the ship began listing very heavily to starboard.
Oh boy! Because of that balance thing.
Yeah, so this led to the bow turning right. Park ordered the wheel turned to port, but helmsman...
By the way, port is left, starboard is right.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know.
There is no port left in the bottle.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good way of remembering.
I learned that from, well, there's your problem.
Oh, nice.
Excuse me. So, Park ordered the wheel turned to port, but helmsman Cho Jung-ki reported that the wheel was not working.
Oh, great.
So we got a ship that's listing, and we can't even turn to correct it because the wheel's not working.
Fun times. Okay, I was like, okay, now everybody just, like, go out to the side that's lifting up, and everyone just stand there and jump at once.
You joke.
I need to stop joking.
So Cho later reported that the list began at 140 degrees, as that was the order.
Did anyone happen
And
to
that
see
was the one that they remembered being given.
Did anyone happen to see what direction Ghost Motherfucker was pointing? Because I don't know if he was pointing right or left. We're just gonna go this way. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay. Investigations into the whole incident later concluded that Cho began turning the ship to the left to make up for the harsh listing, giving the rudder a 15-degree turn to the left for about 40 seconds.
Right.
And this led to the front of the ship rapidly turning right. When you're listing and your center of gravity is off, you really don't want to move very quickly because it's just going to make things worse.
Yeah, no, you need to. It's like how if you're in a car and you start drifting, you know, in one direction, like you drift onto the rumble.
You turn your wheels the opposite direction of where the black ice is sending you.
Yeah, and and also you don't want to like pull really hard because that's gonna fuck it up even more. You need to be gentle.
Yeah. But wait, there's more. The ship's automatic identification system, AIS, stopped collecting data from 8:48:37 until 8:49:13. So we have no data whatsoever. This might have been due to a power outage. but we lost the data where the ship may have hit something
Oh,
to cause the rest of the shit happening.
great.
Okay, so the ship began listing harder, about 20 degrees into the water,
Into the water. Great.
causing the cargo to fall to one side of the ship.
The improperly or just completely unsecured cargo, by the way.
Yeah, so
that's taken out a few people on its way out.
yeah, this caused the ship to tilt a further 10 degrees into the water. And the passengers heard a loud bang. I assume whenever about 100 or so cards just went hard to one side.
Probably a safe assumption.
So Cho turned the wheel from 135 degrees to 150, but the Sewol was still listing to port and was again tilted toward the water.
Which is, yeah, that's great. Great, fantastic, everything's fine.
So the ship turned 45 degrees to the right and rotated 22 degrees on the spot for about 20 seconds.
Oh, great! God, like, that is definitely one of those situations like the, in the mountain story where the guy's like, this would be hilarious if not for the fact that we are dead, man.
Yeah. The Andes called it, man. So because of the harsh movements and the cargo shifting, water started to flow onto the ship through the side door of the cargo loading bay, as well as the car entrance located at the stern.
Okay.
So water's getting in.
Yeah, water coming in.
Water coming in fast.
And, yeah, that's gonna be bad.
So at 8:50, this is about 10 minutes from whenever the list started. The seawall was leaning 30 degrees to port, which is left. Captain Lee, who had been in his cabin, he was not on the bridge at
Yeah,
this
he was
time.
just chilling during, like, he heard a loud bang, he's like, oh, whatever. Crazy kids. Takes his broom and, like, bangs the ceiling a couple times. Y'all be quiet up there, you crazy kids.
Yeah, because that's gonna work. So Captain Lee rushed to the bridge to see what the fuck was going on, basically.
Yeah, it's like,
What'd you do to my ship?
Yeah, basically, like, what did y'all do? Probably made a joke about women drivers while he was up there.
Probably. So, Cho stopped the engines, or Cho, sorry. Cho, the helmsman, stopped the engines and ordered an evacuation of the engine room. So,
Yeah, makes sense.
engineers were being saved. Park, the third mate, was crying, and she kept crying at least until 9:06 a.m.
Wait, who was crying?
The third mate.
The one who was gonna eyeball everything?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I'd probably be crying too, because I'd realize what I'd just done. Like, oh shit.
Like, on one hand, yeah, I kind of get it, but on the other hand, like, girl.
Yeah.
Girl.
Yeah.
So, with the engines off, the seawall couldn't change directions, and it started drifting sideways, which more than likely started knocking out the power.
Great.
Hello,
Hello.
Mummy Man.
Yeah. Hello, Silent Hill Ghost.
Are you the ghost of my dead wife?
Dude, spoilers. For, like, literally the first 30 minutes of Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
Travis, that path of men is not path of beasts. Do you understand? No!
No.
You know, your ant can be poison or cure. To be learned is the path, and to be ignorant is also the path. Your path is that. A path that no one, nothing can pass. Yet the path goes... did you just call me fucking stupid? Devotion is only given to those who perfect single thing. Reward, then. No reward for those who do not perfect. Does a reward or just evil lie down your path? Fight until you die, Travis. This made no sense.
You know...
I've taught you everything that I can. You haven't taught me a damn thing!
So anyway.
Oh, we're getting a phone call.
Travis, can you hear me?
I hear a lying bitch.
I never thought you'd make it this far.
Do you want me to go check?
No, she's fine.
I cannot see you anymore. I want to fly to your side right now. I want to be in your arms.
No,
I'm
bitch.
sure.
Be with you. I want to share my life with you, no matter the cost. Meeting you, I felt for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that. But feelings and reality are two different things. Life is not that simple, yes? Now, be honest. Did you really think I would let you do me if you hit #1?
He clearly did.
You really are an idiot, aren't you, Travis?
Very clearly.
Come back to reality. I mean, look at yourself. You are a dopey otaku assassin. The bottom of the barrel. No woman would be caught dead with you unless she was a desperate bitch. Where in the world could you find a
I mean, you
woman
know.
who could fall in love with someone like you?
There's plenty of fan fiction about it.
Yeah.
One is right here. It was fun, Travis. I love you.
No, you don't.
It's like, no, you don't.
Don't forget to use the restroom. Trust your force and head for the garden of madness.
Okay, then.
Alright. So we got a crime bitch on the...
Oh, wow, dude. Thanks
Got a
for sticking
crime bitch
around.
and, oh, hello, Point. Thank you very much for gifting that resub to Reaper with no name.
Woo!
That'll take us to 27, by the way.
Okay.
Alright, so we got a crying bitch and a abandoned
Engine room.
engine room. And we got water coming in.
That's the fanciest forest bathroom I've ever seen.
Better than what I got the last time I was in the forest.
Yeah. At least it wasn't poison ivy leaves.
Yeah, that's true. Wow, running water out here in the...
Out here in the sticks.
I know, right? Wow. Alright, let's get this little video. See this little bit here? Horsies! Oh, great, it's a fucking horse girl.
Mad horse, mad horse, mad horse.
Mad whores, mad whores, mad whores.
Also, yes. Nice boots.
Immortan Joe?
Welcome to my castle. I heartily receive you, my son.
Oh, he's a bullfighter. Oh, I'm really gonna enjoy this shit.
Oh.
You don't remember me, Travis. I am your true father.
I'm sorry, what?
Does not make such mistakes.
What? Wow, this really came in out of left field, not gonna lie.
Jeez, you are full of it, aren't you?
And now look how hard I can get.
Oh, wow, dude. Thanks for
Is your
sticking
Schwartz as
around.
big as mine? Woo! Hollow Point, thank you for gifting that submission. Thank you, Hollow Point. You're being just incredibly kind. I do appreciate it.
This is just another story.
So 28.
Or my father. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. The only thing that matters here is who's best.
I love that they're just like throwing out these really big like plot twists and he's just like, I don't give a fuck.
Today is the night when everything changed.
What?
Right before my son's eyes. Do you not remember this?
Not really, no.
No.
Oh, but he's gonna remember. We'll see. Okay, alright, we're just pulling this out. We're just pulling this out of our asses.
I remember.
Deadly premonition, this is
It
not.
was a hot summer day. There was someone standing behind my father and mother. That
Oh,
person,
Jesus!
parents. The face, I can't make it out.
Oh, Sylvia.
Remember, who are you? Try harder.
Sylvia?
I
Sylvia's
think I
mother?
can see it. Almost.
Do you recognize the face?
Now I remember everything.
We do?
I don't know.
I'm so confused.
She was the girl you loved.
Oh, okay then.
Oh, crotch shot.
You're still as gullible as ever, Travis.
Oh no, this is someone totally different.
Why would he be your father?
I don't know,
Oh,
man.
man, I don't know. I'm confused.
It's a Suda 5-1
I don't
game.
have a father. At least not anymore. You killed him, didn't you?
Yes. And that's why you became an assassin.
It is?
Kill me.
Now
I...
all those fights. It was for this.
No, it was because you bought the fucking lightsaber and then you just, like, you know, needed something to do with it.
I don't know.
I can help you to get even.
She's a good con artist, that's for sure. She set up some killer fights.
So you and I finally meet. You should thank Sylvia.
Jean, there's just one thing I want to ask you.
Oh, it's the same name as his cat. That's fucked up.
Oh.
Me? You don't need to know. All of your trivial questions will be answered in the afterlife.
I love how this game is just like, nah, fuck you getting any answers, motherfucker.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
It's too terrible. It alone would jack up the age rating of this game even further.
So what? Who cares?
What if the game gets delayed? You don't want this to become No More Heroes Forever, do you?
All right. I'll fast forward this so you can tell me.
Wait, what?
Okay.
What? What?
I'll make it short and quick.
Excuse you.
Wait, take advantage of me? Okay, so she was right by her half-brother and kept in his apartment.
That's my story.
And it turned out to be his father, and so she swore revenge and killed him in front of...
Brother and sister.
Yeah, okay, they're brother and sister. Got it.
Maybe it had to be done.
Okay, whatever.
Vengeance begets vengeance.
You're right.
I say as I'm about to commit vengeance.
Brother.
Okay.
All of your sorrows end today, Jean.
Alright, cool.
Whatever. So anyway, the intercom ordered passengers to stay put as moving could be dangerous, and this started broadcasting at 8:52 a.m. on a loop. But wait, this order was given, and it wasn't changed even as, spoiler alert, the captain was leaving the ship behind himself.
The captain was like, peace, bitches.
You jest. You joke. So, the first emergency call was made by Choi Do-kan, a student on board at 8:52 a.m. to the National Emergency Service number. He was connected to the Coast Guard at 8:54 a.m., and at 8:58 a.m., a patrol vessel was launched. So, they were kinda quick on this.
Relatively, yeah.
But, spoiler alert, there was only one patrol vessel launched.
Oh, boy.
The Sewol crew made their first distress call to the Jeju Island at 8:55 a.m. to report the ferry was rolling and in danger. Bit of an understatement, but
Yeah, just a little bit. Kind of underselling it there, but okay.
At 9:01, a crew member reported the situation to the Incheon branch of Chonghai Jin, the company that bought the ferry. Excuse me.
Okay.
Who then called Captain Lee at 9:03 a.m. for a more accurate report.
Yeah, and he was like, I don't know, I left.
No, he was still on the ship.
Oh, okay, so at this point he was still on the boat.
Yeah. The Jeju, sorry. VTA was informed of the incident around 9:06 a.m. by the Coast Guard, and they began alerting other nearby ships, one of which confirmed it had a visual contact of the ship and basically said, wow, shit's fucked.
Wow! So they're basically just like, I see the ship. Alright, what's going on?
Shit's fucked.
Yeah.
So, by 9:14 a.m., the crew stated the ship's angle of keel made evacuation impossible. And by 9:18 a.m., the crew reported the ferry had heeled more than 50 degrees to port. Half of the ship was in the water.
Great. Still kids on this boat, by the way, everyone.
Over 300 high school kids. At 9:23 a.m., the order was given for passengers to put on life jackets, but Captain Lee still had on the same order that passengers need to stay in their cabins and not move. And
do not do that, y'all. I'm serious. Don't fucking do that.
yeah, and high school kids are gonna high school.
Yeah.
So they were messing around and thinking it was a joke or something. Even as they were standing sideways in their doorways.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, the people who didn't listen to the captain's order were the ones who were able to save themselves.
That doesn't surprise me at all. It's like, this is the time to be rebellious, kids!
Yeah, so a patrol boat was going to be arriving by 9:30 a.m. and a helicopter was arriving within 1 minute by 9:24 a.m. But wait,
there's more.
So, while the captain and crew were abandoning ship, they were, again, still ordering passengers to stay in their cabins and stay put.
Right.
So, you know. They were saving their own skin at this time. The captain was officially rescued at 9:46 a.m.
And then thrown back overboard because they said, fuck you!
Sadly not.
Yeah. It'd have been great, though.
So at 9:38 a.m., all communications were cut off between the Sewol and the ports, and over the next 3 minutes, about 150 to 160 passengers and crew had jumped overboard as nearby ships were dropping lifeboats in the water to save them.
Yeah, at that point, it's like, well, I'm going for it.
Yep. So 3 crew members, Park Ji-young, Jeong Hyo-seon, and Kim Ki-won, they actually stayed on board, and they were helping passengers escape, and they actually went down with the vessel.
Oh, wow.
They were the only 3 crew members who died.
Because they, you know, were like, hey, we have people that we need to be responsible for.
Yeah. Hi, Bungie. So some passengers followed the order to stay put, even as water began flooding their rooms.
Yeah, nope.
The ones who didn't listen, as I said, were able to climb to the top of the ship and jump into the water for rescue. A lot of passengers were sending phone calls and text messages as they stayed in their cabins, and the last one was sent out at 10:17 a.m.
Jesus Christ.
The Sewol took 2.5 hours to sink, with the stern submerged by 11:18 a.m., 50 centimeters of the bow above water by noon, and the ship completely submerged in the water by 1:03 p.m.
God almighty.
Yep. So, shit went down.
Yeah. It really went down.
Yep. So, rescue. So, the government reported inconsistent and inaccurate information. And,
of course.
But the Coast Guard and the Navy were able to set up a rescue headquarters by 9:10 a.m. and they were already dispatching other rescue boats and some helicopters, and some nearby fishing vessels were also offering their own help to try and get people to safety.
That was good of them.
Yeah. The President Park of South Korea, she was informed of what was happening, but her main concern was trying to get live video feed of the disaster.
Okay.
Not sending help, but getting...
This is the only way I can get off. Get me some live feed.
She reported it was for the investigation and future reports of the disaster, but...
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
I don't think I'm gonna win this the first time around.
You could try.
Nope. I lost.
Well,
She is actually really, really tough.
I'd imagine so.
Alright.
Okay. So the first patrol vessel sent out arrived on site at 9:30 a.m., wherein they called for more ships to aid in rescue. Again, this is where like fishing vessels were notified of what was happening and came to help. And they also reported to, you know, the main mission report center, hey, we cannot save this ship. There is no saving this ship.
Yeah. Can't do it. Can't do it, y'all. Can't do it.
Yeah, they had a loudspeaker system where they were reporting for people to abandon ship and jump in the water so that they could be rescued. The ship, this patrol vessel dispatched a rubber boat to get people who were in the water or able to jump from the ship, but rescuers weren't able to board the boat themselves because of how bad the list was.
Jesus Christ.
So all they could do was send out boats and just yell at people to jump out themselves.
And say, yeah, jump into the water! Get into the water, everyone!
So, throughout the rest of the day, various ships were able to arrive for some rescue, but salvage ships were also being deployed as well.
Yeah, they were just like, well... Sorry, kids.
Yeah. Over the course of the next few months, efforts were actually made to search for both missing and unaccounted for passengers, and to try and salvage the ship to understand what happened. Center of gravity is very important, kids.
Yeah, center of gravity is super important.
On the day of, it was inaccurately reported that all students were rescued at 11:01 a.m.
Oh no!
And their way of notifying citizens included texting the students' parents to let them know that they were rescued.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And like 3/4 of those parents were about to be told, yeah, sorry, we lied.
Actually, it wasn't until noon the next day that most of the students were finally listed as missing instead.
Oh dear sweet Jeebus H.
Hi, Izzy. Yeah, we're doing the Sewol.
Yep.
The final death toll was given on July 22nd, 2014, which came out to 294.
It came out to what?
294 people dead.
God damn.
Yeah.
I gotta start hitting her whenever she rears up for that.
So, investigations. The Korean Coast Guard concluded as of April 17th, 2014, a day after the disaster, that the unreasonably sudden turn was a big factor as to what happened, but they also blamed the overloading of the cargo caused the unnatural list that the crew wasn't able to manage. So, it was...
So basically everybody was dumb.
Everybody was dumb, and it was very clear to them what had happened as soon as they got reports from the crew, and they were able to send some scuba divers in to see what was inside the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I killed your parents. You must
Shut up, bitch. So on top of this, the Sewol was meant to carry about 2,000 tons of ballast water to keep a proper counterbalance. The ship only had 580 tons of water.
Y'all, that ballast water is actually legitimately very important on a ship. A lot more goes into a ship than I think most people think, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so because it only had 580 tons as opposed to the 2,000 tons it needed, it was much more prone to listing and capsizing. So, with too little water and too much cargo, center of gravity was too high for operation, and very little force was needed to capsize the ship.
Great.
So, arrests and prosecutions. Captain Lee was arrested on April 19th for neglecting duty, violating maritime law, and other infringements. South Korea has a law explicitly requiring captains to stay on ship during a disaster while passengers are on board.
Oh, yeah, that's like a thing. I personally don't think that, and I know that it's like the pop culture thing, but I personally don't think that a captain is, like, required to go down with his ship, but I do think that a captain should, like...
be the last one to leave.
Yeah, I think that he should be the last one to leave. Alright, I'm doing some more damage.
Yay!
Oh, it was private divers. What even, like, the
it was private divers
wow,
who went
what
out.
even fucking... Wow!
at you. You're doing a really good job. So by April 26, 12 more arrests were made, with the whole crew responsible for navigation being put in detention centers.
That doesn't surprise me.
On May 15th, Captain Lee, First Mate Kang Woo-sik, Second Mate Kim Yong-hoo, and Chief Engineer Park Gi-ho were indicted for homicide and gross negligence, which carried the potential for the death penalty.
Whew.
The other 11 crew members, they faced lesser charges for abandoning ship and ship safety offenses. So they were still in trouble, but not as badly.
Yeah, they weren't quite, alright, you are so dead trouble.
Yeah. So on November 11th, Captain Lee was found guilty of negligence and sentenced to 36 years.
Oof.
But wait, there's more.
Okay.
So the chief engineer was sentenced to 30 years and was found guilty of murder, but this was later overturned, and he was given only 10 years.
Okay.
The 13 other crew members were sentenced up to 20 years on charges of abandonment and violating maritime law, but this was later reduced to 12 years.
Okay.
You got this, Bird. You got it.
I'm trying.
Following appeals on April 25th, 2015, Captain Lee was then found guilty of murder, and his sentence was increased to life imprisonment.
Oh man, I fucking was... Oh, I wasn't supposed to win that, I think.
Oh. Oh, shit.
At least I hope I wasn't supposed to win that.
Oh!
Oh shit, it's the chick whose arm I took!
Right.
Brother, please don't kill me.
Sorry, Jean. This hurts me too.
It does not.
It doesn't.
After all. And I've had enough.
Mood.
For you to rest.
Me with 2020.
Yeah.
I've had enough.
Travis.
Me almost halfway into 2021.
Is a more pleasant one.
I thought she was missing an arm.
She was. Don't worry about it. Well, it was like the down below her elbow.
Right, Sylvia?
And meanwhile, the samurai schoolgirl's like, alright, bye.
I fulfilled my purpose in the plot. I'm
I
out.
was like, I have done everything that I need to do. Farewell. Yay.
Yay! Is that it?
Oh, we got another... Gotta upgrade the ranking list. I really was expecting Sylvia to be Darkstar.
Yeah.
And now, like, I'm gonna be hunted by all of the other assassins that she's pulled into this.
Yep. See, kids, it doesn't always pay to be number one.
Yeah, being number one actually kind of sucks. So they were convicted?
Yeah,
Or at least the captain was.
Well, everyone else was convicted to about 12 years minimum. And
I guess we're gonna view the ending now. Or should we go back to Santa Destroy? Because there's like a real
let's
ending.
view
of
the
that.
ending.
Alright, let's just look at the ending. Let's see what happens. End it.
It's finally over. Can't a guy get some privacy? At least when he's taking a dump?
I'm afraid not. These fights don't work like that. It's time to die, Mr. First Rank.
You gotta be shitting me.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's exactly like we predicted.
Okay, then.
Alright, now it's got a Star Wars thing going. Okay, so anyway,
on May 8th, chief executive of Chonghae-jin, again the company that bought the ship, Kim Hun-sik was arrested and charged for death by negligence.
Okay.
4 other officials were also taken into custody and got prison sentences as well. The Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries revoked the company's license to operate ferries in the Incheon-Jeju Island route in May of 2014. Kim Hun-sik was found guilty of negligence due to the overloading cargo and got 10 years, but it was later reduced to 7 on appeal.
Because the justice system is fucked no matter where you go.
Yep. Yoo Byung-yeon, the former chairman of Chonghae-jin, ignored his own summons and he went into hiding to avoid arrest.
He literally just went Lamau XD.
But wait, there's more. A reward equating to $500,000 US was issued for information on his location.
Okay, how did that go?
On July 21st, 2014, a body found in a field about 258 miles south of Seoul, South Korea, was believed to be his.
Wait, what?
He was probably dead.
Did they think that somebody, killed him, or...
I don't know.
They don't know? They have no clue?
They do not know.
They're not able to look at it and say, yeah, he's got, about 50 bullet holes in him. This was obviously death by natural... This is like in Harvester, when the sheriff is like, I'd say this is death by natural causes. While he's looking at the woman's spine ripped out, he's like, natural causes? Can't live without your spine, son. Just not natural.
This was all the information I could find on it, so...
No, I'm just saying that I think that there is a possibility that he might have been murdered, and the police were just like, well, this was clearly a case of natural causes. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so last bullet point.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the biggest things about this case was that the government had a really shitty response to the situation.
Oh,
again, like I said, demanding live video as it was happening. And this actually led to the impeachment of President Park due to her slow response and lack of involvement.
Wait, whoa, hold up. You can impeach a sitting president
and it actually works
for not responding to an emergency in time?
Or
and actually impeach them?
Or at the very least having a very poor response to it. Because this
I take back everything that I ever said about South Korea. They're officially beating us.
Well, see, the thing is, this caused a whole bunch of protests. It still causes them to this day. Your face is covered in glitter.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Crap.
You got glitter from the eggs.
Oh, no. I was Easter egg hiding earlier, y'all. So,
there are protests that still happen in South Korea.
They still protest this? What are they? Okay, not trying to downplay the importance of making your voice heard on serious matters, but I am genuinely curious, what exactly are, 568 days later, we're still rather chuffed about those kids dying.
Well, if you'll let me explain. So, they use it as a symbol of what government incompetence and lack of response to emergencies for citizens can do.
Oh. So it's like, hey, yeah, oi there, fix your government, aye?
Pretty much.
Basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oi there, come back here. Well, you fix that government, aye?
Yep.
What do y'all think of my my English accent?
Very offensive. Mix would be proud.
Extremely. It's okay. It's okay, they're all white, so it's alright for me to be offensive toward them. That was a joke, Twitch. That was a fucking joke. Holy shit.
Joke.
Holy shit, Twitch. That was a joke.
Okay. You finished up, no more heroes.
So anything else to add to this, How are those protests going anyway? About as well as a protest usually goes?
Yeah.
Okay. So tear gas everywhere.
Yeah.
Wow, I was totally fucking joking.
Well, I mean, not as much tear gas as in the US.
Or in China.
No.
China's pretty fucked up, y'all.
China is very fucked up.
Yeah. The Cockney / Aussie equally offended. so we have learned about the explosion of the shit factory. We made it to the end of this shit show. I think we might do a little, like, one-shot next week as our what the fuck thing.
Well,
like a little
I'm not going to be
one-shot
here next week.
Oh, that's right. Kayla's not going to be here next week because, you know, she's doing some gay shit, like hanging out with her fucking boyfriend.
Well, I'm sorry. I want to go see my boyfriend on his birthday.
That's right. I forgot about that. All right. I'll decide what to do. We might just take Sunday off and everybody just chill and enjoy their Sunday.
Yeah.
Might just do that.
I get a week off from research. I'll be happy.
Yeah. So we might just chill out.
Yeah.
Wait. You know what we'll do? You know what we'll do on next Sunday, everyone? Next Sunday shall be the glorious return of Bramble Pippington!
Oh, Jesus.
Bramble Pippington shall make a grand re-entrance!
Oh, Jesus.
We'll do some Sherlock next Sunday, is what I'm saying. I'm like in the middle of a game anyway, so we'll do another Sherlock case.
You guys have fun with that.
Yeah, we'll do some Sherlock. It'll be fun. Alright, so that'll be at our normal time, which is 12 o'clock. I moved it earlier today because, like I said, I do have to cook Easter supper, which I gotta get started on that.
She gotta go make ham, I gotta go clean a house.
Basically, yes. That's Kayla's gonna clean, I'm gonna cook. So, yeah, but I do thank you all so much for God, I nearly went into the Lowe's, and call spiel, because that is how it starts. I do thank you very much for choosing, like, that's how I do it, and I just went right into that shit. That is how,
they make you drink that Kool-Aid hard.
You ain't joking, my friend. You ain't joking.
I wasn't lying when I told you this.
Yeah. Alright, so how about we, let's go raid Dilzik. And the, Dick Slick. I almost typed Dick Slick.
12 o'clock which time?
12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. My apologies. 12 noon Eastern Standard Time next Sunday. I will do another, Sherlock case. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, we'll be continuing Devil May Cry 3, and I might end up bashing my skull against something because of the fucking elevators.
Captain?
Oh shit, Love Angel, thank you very, very much for those subs. That's very kind of you. So that brings us to 37?
38.
Yeah, 38. Alright, so that gets to 38. So that is 12 more subs away from our Subnautica face cam stream. We can definitely hit it.
Go ahead and update the thing.
I'm gonna do that, yeah. Wow, thank y'all so much for coming out and for all your support. What was the raid message? Poo Poo Factory?
Yeah, Poo Poo Factory.
Raid message is Poo Poo Factory. So, raid message is Poo Poo Factory. Go say hi to Isaac or Dilly, whoever's playing, and thank you all again for all of your incredible generosity. You've all been so awesome. And we are just 12 subs or resubs away from that Subnautica Facecam stream. You excited about that, Kayla?
No.
Alright. Bye, everybody. Y'all have a great, y'all have a happy respawn day. I do hope that you all have a good one. I hope that it's nice and peaceful and relaxing. And if it's not, then I hope that it's the fun kind of chaotic. Woo!
Yep.
Bye, everybody, and make sure to move your poo-poo factories away from other people.
Bye!
Bye!